Hi guys, RV Nana here, and my New Year's resolution was to go RVing more. In 2019, I want you to tune in and listen to the RV Wingman. That's Alan Warren on the RV Show USA, and help him help you make plans for a great RVing year.
And so I get this really great deal on a set of tires for my work truck off of Craigslist the other day. I thought it was a great deal. 4 tires, almost brand new. Literally, they looked brand new. You couldn't even tell they were driven on. $50 each, a smoking deal. I mean, right? So not so much. Turns out my brand new looking tires weren't really new at all, but I didn't even know it until I made the purchase, and now I'm stuck with them. What did I learn after I bought them? Well, they're old. They look good. They're not good. They're old. And I found out that the age of the tire is really important to know, even if the tread is looking good. Is that right, Roger Marble?
Absolutely. You can't tell by just looking at a tire. For a lot of people, a tire is just round black and maybe holds air, but there's a lot more you need to know.
But I feel so stupid. When I bought them, I'm thinking, I'm getting a smoking deal. And they were 7 years old, Roger. They were never driven on, but they were 7-year-old tires.
Well, you know what they say about sometimes, a good deal is not always as good as you expect, and that's why it was a cheap price, because the guy was trying to unload them.
And you don't know what you don't know until you know it, and now I know it. But how do you tell? Let's tell our listeners, how do you tell the age of a tire and why that is important?
Okay, all tires are going to have what's called a DOT serial on one side or the other, and that's got a bunch of letters. You'll find the letters DOT, followed by 8 to 12 letters and numbers. But the key is the last 4 are supposed to be numbers. And if you don't see that on that side, look on the other side of the tire. One side has the last 4 are numbers, and it's a code. The first 2 are the week, the last 2 are the year. So if you had 2518, that would be the 25th week of 2018.
Gotcha. And as a rule of thumb, you don't want to drive on tires, especially on your RV, older than how old about?
Well, for trailers, I suggest 5 years. For motorhomes, they can run longer. The key is not just put them on and forget it. You need to have your tires inspected. You can inspect the tires yourself, and I have some of that how-tos with videos on my RV tire safety blog, and you can get there from RV Travel, because Chuck lists one of my articles every week in his newsletter. But you can have them inspected at a tire dealership, and it should not be just a local gas station. It ought to be the dealer that sells that brand tire, preferably with the brand name on the front of the building.
How about somebody like a Discount Tire? They sell seemingly everybody's brand. Would that be a good place to stop?
Discount would be okay. What you don't want is Billy Joe Bob Cheap Tire and Bait Emporium.
I got you. All right, so you made your career as a tire engineer. You probably saw just about everything in the way of tires and tire failure. What's one of the most important things you suggest that RVers have? Is there one thing that really stands out that RVers need to know in terms of their tires besides the condition of them? Yes.
RVs all come with a certification label, sometimes called a tire placard. On trailers, it's on the outside, driver's side, towards the front of the trailer. Motorhomes should be somewhere near the driver. If you've got like a large Class A, it should be somewhere near your left elbow. There's a placard. It has who made the vehicle, some VIN number for the vehicle. It also will have tire size and, most importantly, tire inflation. And that inflation, especially on trailers, is very critical. You should run that inflation that's on the placard.
How important do you think the tire pressure monitoring systems are? Is that a pretty essential piece of equipment in your opinion?
absolutely. When I bought my motorhome back in 2008, the second thing I bought was a tire pressure monitoring system. That's TPMS. The first thing was toilet paper. But after that, I bought a TPMS system because I knew how important that was. I had been working on them for a number of years in my career as a tire engineer. I worked with just about all the OE car manufacturers, everything from Subaru to Mercedes to Mazda to Toyota to Honda, et cetera, et cetera. So I worked with all of them on proper application of the tire pressure monitoring system. It was new to them at the time, back in 2000 through 2007. It was kind of new because it was rolling in under new federal requirements. So they had a learning curve too. But right now, the ones you get on your car are pretty good, pretty reliable. RVs, however, if they weigh more than 10,000 pounds, do not have to come OE with a tire pressure monitoring system, so you're going to have to buy yourself one. They run, well, let's say $300 to $500 because some RVs have lots of tires.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you need to have a sensor for each tire. The difference is your car may just say a little yellow flashing light saying, oop, there's something wrong with the tire. The aftermarket ones will tell you the pressure and tell you the temperature and which tire.
Valuable information to know. What's the main reason tires fail, Roger Marble? What's the biggest reason you have a tire failure?
I would say number one is not enough air to carry the load. And number two is they do get over age, and the age issue is really a function of time and temperature. Temperature, tire runs hotter when you run it low on air. Now, that doesn't mean 30 pounds low, just running 10 pounds low, and it will run a little bit warmer. It's not going to fail right away, but it will run hotter. And if it runs hotter, the rubber bakes faster, so the clock on its age goes faster. That's why I can't tell you, oh, you can run your tires for 5 years, 6 months, and 3 days. You can't do that because
you don't know.
Your inflation, your temperature, I don't know.
Right. Is there one brand that's better than another in terms of TPMS?
I have put in writing that any TPMS is better than none. I would, however, recommend you buy it not. I like Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon, but I would not buy one from Amazon or eBay or Craigslist. I would buy it from a dealer who has a website and can answer your questions, because you're going to have some questions about how do I set the warning pressure? How do I set the high and low pressure? How do I set the temperature?
Hey, Roger, listen, we're almost out of time. This was just enough of a tease, folks. Hopefully, Roger has got you thinking about the tires, the importance of knowing your tires. You could be sitting on a catastrophe and not even know it. Roger, how do people find you? Go ahead and go through RV Travel, Chuck's newsletter, to connect with you and find out more about RV tires.
Yes, every week RV Travel has a series of articles, and one of them will be my latest blog post. Go to that link, and that'll take you to my blog, and you can find any of the 360 posts I've done on tires.
Awesome. Listen, we're up against the break. Thanks much. We'll catch you again.